Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. 1923 star addresses potential Spencer Dutton return. In one of the developing Yellowstone spin-offs, 1923 star Brandon Sklenar discusses potentially returning as Spencer Dutton in a future Yellowstone spin-off. Spencer's epic two-season journey home to Montana reached its dramatic climax in the just-premiered 1923 Season 2 final. It was indeed a tragic ending for Spencer's romance with Alexandra, but the story also left new hope for the future in the form of the couple's child, John Dutton II, confirmed as the father of Kevin Costner's Yellowstone character. 1923 may indeed have ended after Season 2, but the Yellowstone franchise continues on, and Spencer actor Sklenar has expressed interest in returning as the character in one of the show's planned spin-offs, hinting at the upcoming 1944 as the logical vehicle for telling more of Spencer's story, via Variety. 1923's series finale gave some hint as to where the in-development Yellowstone spin-off 1944 might go in terms of storytelling. The episode's coda revealed that Spencer raises John Dutton II, never remarrying, but taking up with a widow with whom he has another son. Spencer lives to old age, finally dying literally on top of Alexandra's grave. It would perhaps be somewhat sad to see Spencer living on without Alexandra at his side, but Sklenar and Alex actor Julia Schledfer have a plan for bringing Spencer's departed love back for 1944, as they detailed recently to Screen Rant. Moving the story forward to 1944 adds another 20 years to Spencer's age, taking him into his 50s, an age the 34-year-old Sklenar should have no problem playing with a little help from the makeup and hair departments. Spencer's son John, meanwhile, would be about 20, making him the perfect age to participate in World War II. Spencer might be a little long in the tooth to go to war again in 1944, but there will doubtless be plenty of battles for him to fight back home, as more evil men like 1923's Whitfield come for his family's land. Given that Sklenar seems game to return, it seems almost a certainty that Spencer will be in 1944 in some capacity. Whether he is haunted by a ghostly Alexandra remains to be seen, but even a supernatural reunion would be welcome after what befell the couple in 1923 Season 2. It is always somewhat hazardous, however, to pin down Yellowstone creator Sheridan, who loves throwing his viewers curveballs. Sheridan did the unexpected by setting much of 1923 Season 1 in Africa, and waiting all the way until the end of Season 2 for Spencer to set foot in Montana. It would be no surprise to see Sheridan pull a similar trick with 1944 and set much of the action far away from the Dutton Ranch, crafting another epic saga in the process. Ever since Taylor Sheridan's 1923 galloped onto screens as a pivotal chapter in the ever-expanding Yellowstone universe, fans have been particularly spellbound by the character of Spencer Dutton. Played with rugged vulnerability by Brandon Sklenar, Spencer emerged as one of the breakout stars of the series, embodying the spirit of the frontier while navigating loss, trauma, and love. With the show's first season wrapping on an emotional high and several new Yellowstone spin-offs reportedly in development, speculation has begun to stir like dust on a Montana trail. Could Spencer Dutton return? In a recent interview that sent ripples through the Yellowstone fandom, Brandon Sklenar finally broke his silence on the possibility of reprising his role. While careful not to give too much away, the actor teased that his journey as Spencer might not be over. "There's always more story to tell in the Dutton saga," Sklenar said with a knowing smile. "And I think Spencer has a lot left to say, whether it's in 1923 or something new entirely." The unfinished journey of Spencer Dutton. When we last saw Spencer, he was locked in a struggle between the ghosts of his past and the promise of a new future with Alexandra. A war veteran turned hunter, Spencer was a man shaped by loss and molded by danger. His romance with Alexandra served as both a balm and a catalyst, pushing him toward reconnection with his family and legacy. But 1923 left many threads dangling. What happens when Spencer finally arrives back on Dutton land? How will he react to the changing power dynamics, the escalating violence, and the ominous weight of his family's destiny? These are questions that fans, and now Sklinner himself, are eager to see. Spencer was just at the beginning of his transformation, Sklinner said. He's done surviving. Now it's about rebuilding. That could be an incredible arc to follow in future stories. Spin-offs on the horizon. Taylor Sheridan has made it no secret that his vision for the Yellowstone universe is expansive. With 1944 in the early stages of development and murmurs of a post-Yellowstone series centered around a new generation of Duttons, there's ample room for Spencer to saddle up once more. Though unconfirmed, sources close to production have hinted that 1944 might serve as a bridge between 1923 and the events leading to John Dutton's present-day dynasty. If that's the case, Spencer would be a prime candidate to appear, not just as a character returning to Montana, but as a central figure in shaping the Dutton legacy we've come to know. Sklinner didn't deny the possibility. "I've had conversations," he said carefully. "There's a lot brewing. I trust Taylor. He's got a master plan, and if Spencer fits into that tapestry again, I'd be honored to ride with him one more time." What would a Spencer spin-off look like? One of the most compelling aspects of Spencer's arc in 1923 was its globe-trotting romance and the character's internal conflict. If a new series were to focus on Spencer, fans are wondering whether it would stay rooted in Montana or continue to explore international settings. "I think it depends on the kind of man Spencer becomes," Sklinner reflected. "Does he return to the ranch and become part of the legacy? Or is he someone who carries the Dutton spirit into a broader world? There's something tragic and beautiful about that duality." A Spencer-focused spin-off could delve into post-war America, exploring themes of reintegration, industrialization, and the evolution of the American West. It could explore how veterans like Spencer were both honored and haunted. There's rich soil to plow there, emotionally and narratively. The fans want more. Online forums and social media have been ablaze with calls for Spencer's return. Fan fiction, art, and speculative timelines have popped up in the months since 1923's finale, with many viewers placing Spencer at the center of the Dutton family's resurgence. Spencer's story resonates because it's about healing, one fan wrote on Reddit. "He's a man who's seen the worst of humanity, but still believes in love, family, and honor. That's powerful, and I need to know what happens to him." Sheridan has a knack for sensing when a character's arc still has gas in the tank. If the fans' cries are loud enough and the actor is game, there's a very real chance Spencer's saddle isn't in storage just yet. Sklinner's connection to the role. Brandon Sklinner has often spoken about how deeply connected he feels to Spencer Dutton. In preparing for the role, he studied both World War I history and the emotional toll of trauma, striving to portray a man broken by battle but not beyond redemption. "I lived in his skin for months," he said. "He's not just a cowboy or a soldier, he's a survivor. He's poetic in his own way. Playing him changed me." That passion has endeared Sklinner to fans and critics alike, making the prospect of a return not just a creative opportunity but a personal one. If Sheridan does craft a spin-off where Spencer plays a central role, there's little doubt that Sklinner would give it everything he's got. A legacy in motion. As the Yellowstone saga continues to evolve, one thing remains clear: the story of the Duttons is far from over. Whether through a continuation of 1923, the emergence of 1944, or another yet untitled project, the universe Sheridan built is one in constant motion. And Spencer Dutton, wounded, wandering, and wise, is uniquely poised to lead the next chapter. "There's a lot more fire in Spencer," Sklinner said with a twinkle, "and I think we've only just seen the first spark." So saddle up, Yellowstone fans. The West still has stories to tell, and Spencer Dutton might just be writing back into them. Let me know if you want a version that's more journalistic, speculative, or focused on Taylor Sheridan's storytelling plans.